Good afternoon. I'm Ziggy, and welcome to Ziggy's Rants. Now, first of all, I want to ask if you can help the channel by subscribing and sharing. The more subscribers I get, the better, and the bigger reach I get. Share it. Sharing's good. Please share. And thumbs up. More thumbs up, the better, the wider spread my videos get, the more people get to watch them, and that can only help my channel getting my word out. So that's that for now. So now on to the main topic. Now we've seen John Sweeney crowned, or will be crowned, the leader of the SNP, and he'll get voted in next week as the First Minister. We need to look into changing Parliament because it's not working. We need to have a new voting system put in, because this idea of list politicians is a disaster. It's not very democratic. They're not winning the constituency, and they're getting in term after term after term into Holyrood, and they're not being held accountable. They just they're just there getting paid, and it's not working. So the system has to change, the voting system. Also, Parliament has to change. Far too big. We need less MSPs for a devolved administration, and that's what it is. We need less ministers. We need a smaller government. It would not only save money, but we have people with portfolios that are actually on reserved matters. So what's the point? We have too many foreign offices. We have too many jollies abroad for ministers like Angus Robertson. And they are out of touch. They're out of touch with the Scottish people. We saw that last night on Question Time. Kirsty Blackman, my God. Honestly, really. The NHS is doing brilliant. That's her words. The NHS is doing brilliant. What planet is she on? She's living in a complete fantasy world. She's living in a bubble where everything's fantastic, brilliant. You tell that to the people waiting for 2 years to see a specialist. You tell that to the cancer patients that are waiting on to see a specialist. Far too long. And as we all know, time is of the importance when it comes to cancer and getting it diagnosed and getting these treatments set up. And they're waiting far too long. The queues are huge. The NHS is in crisis, and has been in crisis for years. And nothing's been done about it, because we have people like Kirsty Blackman who turns around and says, we're brilliant, we're doing better than the rest of the UK. Lies. Lies. Openly lies. They are doing better than some areas in the rest of the UK, but not others. But that makes it, I can say that because we're doing better than some. You're kidding people. You're pulling the wool over people's eyes. It's not right. And it shows you how out of touch this government is. And they're in for a rude awakening at the general election and at Holyrood elections. But we can't wait 2 years. We need that now. We need to get rid of these people now, and then start trying to make some kind of recovery, because we are in dire trouble in this country. But that's not only Scotland. Westminster's in a bit of quandary as well, because we've got a government in Westminster who are on the way out. We have an election coming this year, and I don't know what they're waiting for. Name a date and let's get on with it. And let's start the recovery with another government. Now, I'm not saying Labour's got the answer. I personally are dreading a Labour government under Keir Starmer. I don't know what to expect. I'm hoping it's not going to be a lefty agenda, a far left agenda. I hope he brings it to sensible politics, to the middle of the road, because that's what we need. But I very much doubt he'll be allowed to. But that's Westminster. But in Scotland, we do need to get rid of these people because they are so out of touch with what's happening and what's going on. And if they think John Sweeney is the answer, then I'm sorry, that's just another continuity candidate number 2, who's been here before, been in government as Sturgeon's number 2, and was the leader of the party before he got kicked out because of it was a disaster. So I don't know why they think he's now going to be the saviour of the SNP, because that's not going to happen. It's a party on the downward fall. They're a lame duck government. They're not going to get many policies through. And the policies they're coming up with are bad policies, so it's probably a good idea that they don't get through. Then they're enacting bad laws, and it just needs to change. But we can only do that with an election, so we need to get them out. But we do need Parliament to change. Devolution has failed, but it's here, and there's nothing we can do about it. There's not going to be a referendum on devolution. That's never going to happen. Politicians in Holyrood and politicians in Westminster, I just don't want it. They don't want the conversation, and they're definitely not going to ask for Scottish government's definitely not going to ask for a referendum on devolution. So, and I don't think any party in Holyrood wants devolution to end, because why would they? Put themselves out of a job. So we do need things to change, and the only thing we can do is change Parliament, change the system, make it a better system, because the system we've got isn't working. Now, I have spoke about this before, and I've spoke about what I would like to do. So you can watch that on one of my videos I did earlier. But yeah, it needs to change, because these people are just so out of touch. It's not funny anymore. It's actually they're destroying the country, and they don't even realise it. They think they're fantastic, think everything's utopia. Scotland's in a great position. The SNP have done fantastic. Don't know what world they're living in. Certainly not the one I'm living in and the rest of us are living in. So we need to change things, and we need to change things now, because it's going to take a long time to get over this period. It's a long time to get things running properly. It's going to take a hell of a sorting out for the next government, whoever that is. More likely Labour than anyone else, but it's going to take some sorting. So that's my rant. And as I said earlier, please subscribe, thumbs up, and share. Always helps. Sharing helps. So thank you for listening. Until next time, take care.